I'm replacing the window regulator, and that is the part that lowers and raises your electronic windows. This is a Dodge Ram 1500 van, and I ordered the part. It's easy to find, just go online. I got mine from Geek Auto. At first I thought it was the switch. You can see a little burning there, but that's the lock. And so I went to AutoZone and I actually purchased a new switch. Looked just like this one. Popped it in and no help. So when I went on an investigation, taking the door panel off here, which was just held on by some screws and some little pop-in kind of things. I forgot what they're called, but you just punch those in like right here. It's not a big deal. Just kind of put your hand in there and pull them out. And then there's this plate that you have to remove by just loosening these two bolts, and it just basically slides down. Now right now, I took it out like a couple of weeks ago because I had to find out what was wrong. When I got in there, the window regulator has a wire, and it runs around this little cog, which I'll take a still picture of. I still have the cog, and it has these little grooves in it, and the wire had eaten the grooves up. So when the wire went up and down, it got tangled, and eventually it was grabbed and it wouldn't move. That's why the window would go up about to here, and then it would just stop. It was not the switch, it was this regulator. Okay, and when you take this thing off, it's easy. There's only two screw holes, one there, one there. This one fits under the door panel, or part of it does. So I just put the switch, I had put my switch back in upside down, so I just changed it. I'm getting ready to put this back in place. That's part number one. Okay, I gotta put that back on. And this screw I didn't put all the way in because the door panel fits, and then the screw goes through both pieces. This is where you disconnect the window regulator, which has the motor on it. I disconnected this too, which I'm not even sure what that is, but I went ahead and put that back together. I think it was, I don't know, maybe the door buzzer, I don't know. I had to ride around for a week with my window, so of course, since it's hot and it could rain, I wanted it up. So I shoved it up into place with my hand, and I put all kinds of things in here to hold it up. I had a stick which is falling. The main thing I put in that kept it up was some old rugs that I had, like bathroom rugs. And I just shoved that cavity full of things, soft things, so that if the window started to work its way down, it wouldn't crack or fall or anything like that. So I got to take all that out. I'm going to loosen these two screws and take this plate down, let it droop down. I didn't take this handle mechanism off. I just let it fall down like that and just hold there. Here's the part, the new regulator. Now what I have to do is, you see these three big kind of bolts right here? I have to disconnect those because that part fits on the inside of that metal plate. This part fits on the outside. That's the way it was. The actual window regulator, this thing screws, the part that holds the window screws through to this thing. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we won't have any problems. So I'm getting ready to take the plate off, and I'll show you that when I get that done. Okay, you don't have to take them all the way off. You just loosen them because they just slip out. And I used a 10mm socket. I think it's a 10. It has a 10 written on it. Okay, now I'm going to remove all this junk I got in there. Okay, I left one pole and one old sheet in there just to hold it while I take this motor assembly apart and attach it to this metal part. So I lowered the window down enough by hand so you can see. You see this bracket is attached to the glass. These two holes is what attaches to the regulator. Try not to make you dizzy swinging this around. right here on this at this area. So I'm going to do that first. Looks like that's the easy way. It's so long since I took this off, I'm trying to remember. So it took so long to get the piece thanks to FedEx screwing up. Anyway, hang on there a minute. Okay, I attached the bracket that was connected to the window to the regulator, the sliding part here, 2 bolts. Put this up under here. I put this plastic here because this is leaning against the window. Now I have to mount, I have to actually take, it goes like this. This part goes on the outside of that metal plate and the motor goes on the inside. So I have to take these 3 screws out and then reassemble it with 1/2 on one side of the metal plate and the other half on the other side. So we'll see how that goes. I've got it disconnected. This part goes on the back side of the metal plate down here, and then this will attach to the front side. I can't hold the camera and do everything, so I just have to show you in pieces. So now I'm getting ready to do this, and it goes in this direction. Okay, so when you mount it on the metal plate, you want it to be headed in this direction towards the front of the car. Okay, all right, hang on. Okay, I finally got that on. It was not as easy as you might think, you know, holding it all on. These little things, these tabs from the other side, pop through, and that's supposed to hold it. This one is a little slack. And my other camera ran out of memory. So I put these bolts back on. There's 1, 2, 3. They attach to those screws that were sticking this way. And then you have to put these back on, which this one broke loose when I was putting it on, so that's not good, but anyway, it'll have to work. Then you push your wires. The wires have those little connectors that hold it to this that, you know, are like similar to that. You just pop them back in. This one, the one that was holding this fell out and I can't find it. It's on the ground. The next thing you do is put your plastic back in place. Pretty easy. And then put your door panel back on. Just 2 or 3 screws and little push tabs that push these things into these holes. And let's check it and see if it works. There she goes. Just like new. Okay, the door is back on. The door panel, I mean. My cloth was coming off, so I sprayed a little glue in there, and this tape is just holding that cloth on until the glue hopefully sets. So hot, probably won't. Got a little injury there. I wanted to redo this, but I just didn't have any black vinyl on hand. This is simple to take off. Just 4 screws, 1, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top, and then, like I said, a couple of those little pop things. You just put your hand on there and push, and when you're taking them off, you just put your fingers on there and pull. Snaps it off. And this screw right here, easy to come out. And so I'll be on the lookout for a piece of black vinyl to fix that with. And I wouldn't mind some new cloth too, so a shopping trip. Anyway, it works. The part cost me $70 plus shipping, so I saved a lot in labor doing it myself, and I had to drive around without a window for about 14 days actually. But it was alright. I used the air conditioner. Okay, hopefully yours will be as simple.